In today's video, I got something quite incredible to show you, something you're really going to be a big fan of. It's actually a fan store. Yes, quite literally. So, pun intended, this store right here that you're looking at is a Shopify store. And this store is estimated to be doing about $8 million per month selling fans. Now, like you are probably thinking, I too thought, man, that's crazy. I did not think you could get that far selling fans. But then when you really start to think about it, most homes have multiple rooms and a lot of them have fans in each room. And what's crazy is that these days, the whole world, it seems like, is experiencing massive heat waves. So you see this is popping off like crazy in terms of traffic. And we're going to go over some of the landing pages here, the market as a whole, and then also their marketing strategies so that you can do the same. The first things first, obviously, if you haven't started your business yet, use the Shopify link in the description. Like I said, this store right here is a Shopify store. And through that link, you're going to be able to get $1 a month plan. It's an insane deal. It's basically free for 90 days. And you're going to help out the channel a lot. But what's really cool about this store, in my opinion, first things first, let's actually review the store and then we'll review the ads so that, again, you can build something similar or at the very least get inspired to build your business. What's really good about this store is how simple it is. And really, this is just like a normal Shopify 2.0 theme. It looks like it's actually not, right? Like this is obviously a paid theme or a customized theme, but the structure of it all is really, really basic. And that's awesome. That's really inspiring to me because it shows that really anybody could build something like this, especially if you can develop relationships with manufacturers that can potentially create products like this and maybe even ship them out for you. Now, obviously, that would require a bit of elbow grease. You'd have to message a lot of manufacturers, maybe on Alibaba or even locally, but that's definitely a good idea. Now, they have the reviews, they have, just a normal description here. It's actually really nice. They even have a YouTube video. They're really going above and beyond, actually. Even though the structure is very simple and basic, they are actually providing a lot of information that you need. And that's a really great thing to note down in your brain. You don't need the fanciest setup for your website necessarily. Simple works, but just make sure that you are explaining the product in a way that will make it appealing and that will answer the customer's questions. Because guess what? This is basically how you're going to sell them on it through your website and the ad. But just like you see here, even for a brand at 8 million a month, they're still getting some bad reviews here and there. So this is just a great example to show that business is not perfect. Of course, you should want to improve your business and send out quality products, but sometimes mistakes happen even at the highest level. So don't beat yourself up too much if you get angry customers or whatever. Just start your business and keep iterating. I think that's a great lesson that I've had to learn the hard way myself. But the more we iterate, the better our business does. One of my businesses yesterday hit 6K in revenue, which is pretty incredible. And I always talk about it a little bit, not to flex, of course, but it's to show you that my team and I are doing this stuff in real time. And this is why I love studying these brands, because it really allows me to take inspiration and take the things that are working and apply it to our businesses. So hopefully you're doing the same. And again, if you haven't even started your business, then use the Shopify link in the description because that's the first step. But that's it. I mean, they have a lot of different products. Now they even have some lighting products like chandeliers and stuff like that. But obviously, their main product offering is fans, even for kids' rooms. So this is my favorite type of Shopify store. Is a niche store where you can continuously add new products. It's just a great way to, make sure your customers have something to come back to. It's much harder to acquire a customer than it is to sell something to your customer over and over again. Now, let's move on to their marketing because their social media marketing is actually really basic, I'm not gonna lie. And I say that because hopefully someone from Hunter Fan is watching this and you'd love to work with me because I'd love to work with you. My team at akemi.co, that's our agency. We run meta ads and help people with their social media marketing. Or help businesses rather. And I think we could do a lot of great work together. But ultimately, this is very basic stuff. and they could definitely be doing better when it comes to their actual page. They are posting some reels, which I think is great. And, they're also posting these on shorts, which is great. This is actually something not a lot of brands do, which is a huge mistake, not reposting their content. It's like the easiest way to get extra eyeballs on your products. And they're running meta ads. So, not too surprising, right? This is the playbook for the majority of e-commerce stores. It's the playbook for our e-commerce store, is just trying to post things organically to social media and then taking what works and amplifying it with meta ads, but also testing some simple images like you see here, right? Like some literal background, white background images here. It just looks like stock images. I'm sure they're running these because they work. If they're running these and they're not profitable, I would definitely suggest that they test some similar stuff, right? Like with the product right front and center, but maybe with a better background, maybe like on an actual wall so people can envision what it looks like in the setting. These are good pictures as well. Like they're actually sort of, in the wild shots, I guess you could say, right? Like it's the product in actual use. But again, I would just zoom in more on the fan, and some of these pictures are really nice, but you can't really tell the product too well, except for this one. These are actually very nice too. But you see how they have these images? They should use these images where the product is really big right in the center, instead of these white background images, in my opinion. But that's always something to test, right? Like that's kind of the big secret when it comes to building your online business, and why, for example, I'm able to get a business to 6K a day is through following the data, right? Like you don't need to be a genius. You don't need to be the most revolutionary business in the world and, solve world hunger. All you have to do is provide value and then trust the data, right? Like keep making data-based decisions. Don't be too emotional. And, that's going to get you very, very far. And that's what they're doing. So again, it's not very complicated, right? Like their strategy is super simple, especially after looking at their meta ads that they're running. But I definitely think there's some room for improvement with their meta ads that they are testing. I think they could probably scale even further with our help. And if you're a business that needs meta ads help, let us know. I would love to work with you. We have an incredible team, but ultimately the goal of this video is just to get you inspired, because a lot of people really overthink business. A lot of people think that the more glamorous your business is, the better it will do. But what I've come to realize as I get older and more seasoned in entrepreneurship is that a lot of the very simple ideas that are practical actually makes the most money, right? Like it's kind of crazy to think about, but a fan shop, like literally selling fans, is at 8 million a month, as opposed to like your classic beauty brand out there that is, at 500K a month. And obviously both of those are incredible, right? I'm not saying that one's better than the other, but I'm just saying to keep your eyes open, right? And don't neglect any ideas. So obviously continue to subscribe to the channel and make sure you're tuning into all the videos, because you're going to be better off after watching any of my videos. And that's really the goal of the channel. But that's it.